I am Ru Even and Earth, and this day have been a bit dull. Let's see what's been happening lately. Since the appearance of Press City in Vietnam, it seemed like a plethora for everyone to flex and gossip about a secret to well. Recently, a particular profile has been getting quite attention among the Press City residents, with the username Toden. Sounds familiar? Doesn't it? For those who don't know who Toden is, let's dive into why this top trending thread personally is causing such a stir. Open closer inspection. This character is quite low-key about personal information, but no worries, I am Ru Even and Earth, so low-key to me it's just background lofi. From the surface, all I see is the name Toden and the face for original reminiscence of zoo vendors like Fu Bao. However, unlike those adorable creatures, this guy wore a title, which sound kind of relatable, except one is cute and the other, well, I don't even know how to describe. Let's find out what this guy had to offer. Here is he. After a little effort, I finally understood why someone like him suddenly rose to fame. Turns out, Toden became infamous for his dread, cruelty, and relentless exploitation of wealth from the people through various methods. This man, from what I gather, served as an officer under the Eastern Han dynasty in China, whether rules, talent, cunning, or flattery. He was appointed as governor of Yaoji in our southern land, with the title Yaoji, which gave him the authority to rule an expansive region. No wonder he thought of himself as a big shot. But wait, there's more. He had some hobby that were very Toden. According to what I heard, he loved collecting rare things as if he were royalty. Thanks to Toden, I realized that ancient royalty wasn't all that different from this guy. Not only was he into collecting, but he also enjoyed flaunting his acquisitions. With an air of arrogance and satisfaction, he hid behind Randall's title and mission like quelling rebellions and stabilizing Yaoji. It's as if Toden thought himself a supreme ruler, demanding absolute submission and loyalty from the people. But was this truly the case? Perhaps Ru Even and us and you, dear readers, should discuss this further. One thing I must admit is that Toden was quite the mother or manipulator, a true red flag. Ladies, if you even encounter his kind, run as fast as you can. He always believed that everything under his control in Yaoji was utterly random, treating logic to justify his oppression. He argued,
"This is mine. You no longer have ownership. Without my harsh policies, would you and Jiaoqi have avoided chaos? Without increased taxes and trade, would commerce have flourished?"
What do you think about these justifications? Leave a comment below. This guy was also a matter of deception with countless shady tactics. One day he claimed he was offering tribute to the emperor, and the next he embezzled it for himself. He exploited tax policy to the fullest, laundering wealth and leaving people. It's no surprise that he earned infamous nicknames like Tai Hu Xiaoji, the Rippy One, the Oppressor, and so on. Truly title that fits this, Toden was seen as no better than a righteous tyrant, abusing his power, oppressing and mistreating the people to the point where even heaven and earth, gods, and mortals wished to see him trampled by elephants or torn apart by horses, just as he had done to the people of our land. His oppressive policy as governor of Yaoji stirred widespread resentment and suffering. He was even accused of forcing many women to be his children and enslaving numerous Yaoji women as servants. A northern civilian were slaughtered, and local leaders were ruthlessly suppressed. Everywhere his soldiers marched, sorrow and despair followed. The atrocity ignited a fire of rebellion among the people, intensifying the conflict between our people and the oppressive regime. The roaring outrage and spirit of resistance burned brighter, waiting for the perfect moment to erupt. Ironically, Thoden himself struck the match that lit the fuse. In a foolish move, he targeted Hiset, the husband of Jinjak, perhaps sensing the public's unrest. The arrogant governor decided to make an example of Hiset by trimming his arrest and execution. But little did he know, this move marked the beginning of his downfall rather than quelling dissent. It ignited a full-blown rebellion. The people rose up, ready to oust him and send Thoden back to his marker. When enemies come to the doorstep, even women fight back. And when women march to the enemy's doorstep, no invader can rebel. In 14 CE, Hai Bajun raised the flag of rebellion, relying people to rise out to invaders. The uprising, led by the two-seaters, charged with unstoppable momentum, overwhelming the arrogant typhoon Thoden. Gods of God and unable to withstand the rebel forces, Thoden, panicked, abandoned his stronghold and seal, and fled for his life. In a pitiful attempt to escape, he shaved his head and breathed, disguised himself and scurried back to his homeland. A once imposing Tang official reduced to the northern valley, feeling in disgrace. Although he narrowly escaped death, Thoden paid the price for his failure. Emperor Han Gongwu imprisoned him for cowardice, marking his humiliating end to men who once ruled over vast lands. This saga teaches us that it's not over until it's over. Thoden, sent by the Han dynasty to govern Jiaoji, ended up as one of the most disgraceful governors in our history. His reign of terror was short-lived, and his ultimate fate, imprisonment by his old emperor, was fitting. Both Vietnamese and Han records document Thoden raped and cruelly, yet his legacy now lies buried in history, overshadowed by the triumph of the Hai Bajun uprising. On the flip side, while Thoden was a controversial figure, it cannot be denied that his tyrannical rule sparked significant historical changes in Vietnam. His brutality fueled the spirit of resistance among our people, contributing to the glorious victory of the Hai Bajun uprising and testament to the right and resilience of the Vietnamese nation. And with that, I close the turbulent, dramatic profile of Thoden. Stay tuned for more tea about even more infamous figures in our next chat. Got any spicy suggestions? Drop them in the comment below and share with your friends. It's always more fun with company, right?